He said, "Oh, see, and the last time you guys saw the EMB-T was that crash that I had in early January. Took a bad spill, and I actually broke one of the caster blocks on here. Hopefully you guys are able to see that, but we're going to go ahead and put some aluminum on this car. The aluminum is fairly reasonable, so went ahead and ordered all the aluminum parts for it. We're going to put it on the rear hub, the caster blocks and spindles up in the front, and we're going to do this thing up right, guys. So let's get into it. We're not going to make this video too long here. We're going to hit the rears first. These out of the way, they're quick. There we go. Turn up some lights in here. It's a little dark. Nice. Not bad. The rears I never had an issue with, but we're gonna take these things apart. Bearings out. Looking kind of good. Get our hubs out. Get these on. There we are. And these aren't labeled, but they're very easy to tell what side they belong on, but these aren't labeled. We're gonna do everything up with some blue Loctite. The bearings, just so that you guys are aware too, they're the same size, so that you're not losing anything if you got the wrong ones set. You're just gonna push those in there nice. Nice there. Just going back and reverse, guys. That's all you're doing. Yeah. Put our pin in, our hex. Make sure that pin lined up nice. Make sure everything's spinning. Make sure everything is spinning freely. No issues there. And let's get this back in. Put the hinge pin back in first. Then we'll worry about the dog. Get our set screw back, because get our set screw going. I like to do this by hand. Now let's get our dog bone set. And since this is going from metal to metal, I'm gonna put a little bit of Loctite on there. Before, there was no Loctite on it, and that's because it was metal going into plastic. But we're putting this into metal now. We want to make sure it's going to stay there. We got the first one in there with no issues whatsoever. It's that simple. All right. We're going to go ahead and do the other side now. Same deal. Same things in reverse. Same tools I'm going to use. Once again, another one, not compromised. Throw it off to the side. Pin, let's work with me. There we go. Snap. Ooh, spinning nice. Get you guys up on that on camera. Look at that. Spinning really nice. All right, let's get this back in. As I said before, don't worry about the dog bone at first. Let's Let's get that pin in there. And that's it, guys. You saw what it took to get the rears done. That was it. Very simple. And let's start hitting the front. I'm going to do the side that was damaged first. And we're going to get this side first, and then we'll come back and we'll hit the other side afterwards. On this side, we're not just doing the caster block, but we're also doing the spindles, because that's what actually broke on this, was the spindle on here. So a little bit more work, and since this is the steering column, it's going to involve a little bit more than what we did on the front one. Actually, looks like we broke the spindle, not the caster block. But taking note of what we take apart. And you guys are seeing that, but this is where we broke it. Right there on the top. We're going to get these bearings out and then remove this. Looks like we did break the caster. What am I saying? Look at that. So we took the spindle and the caster out. Haven't looked at this truck in a little bit, so I couldn't quite remember everything that was damaged on it, but yeah, we took the spindle and the caster out. Where it was also broken right there. Yep, done, compromised. This is garbage. This is the good stuff. This is what we're going to be replacing it with here, guys. This is what we're going to be putting in. Same deal. Go in reverse. These are one of the things I love to do on my mini cars is, you know, definitely replace the caster blocks, the spindles, the hubs with some metal parts. And the reason for that is these things do not take hits very easily. And these plastics that are there, they're somewhat thin on these smaller cars. So I tend to replace this quite a bit on all of my minis. At least my low-C ones, I can say that for. I do replace it on my low-C minis. Next up is to get these spindles on. At least for this side, we're going to see what this looks like. We're going to get the spindles on, and we're going to use the screws that came with it too. Hopefully that's coming up, because I know, yeah, there we go. So we're going to put the screws that came with it too on. I'm not going to reuse the existing screws this time around. spinning well. We got one side done, guys. One side on the front done. Let's hit the other side. And as you guys saw, this spindle, there was nothing wrong with it. So spare, whatever. I mean, if we bend one of these, we could always come back to the plastic, but I don't like plastics on this. I'm not usually abusive on my 14th scale RCs, so but we're going to keep that. We're going to keep that for the side. Now let's get the caster out. Old caster intact, also set to the side. New caster going in. Go back in reverse. Somewhat to some degree, not all the way in reverse, but we're going to go back. We're going to set the pin, the hinge pin back in. Snaps right in. All right, get the drive shaft back in. I'm just putting these screws in now just to hold it, because it gets a little wonky as you're moving around. I'm putting those in. Drive shaft goes back in. Make sure that's set properly. Yes, it is. Up. There we go. And now we're going to come back and hit these. So that's it, guys. We finished up. Did the rest of it off camera. The work area is extremely hot today, so cameras were failing all over the place. But I wanted to show you guys what we did. That was the right side we were finishing up off camera, and you guys can see what it looks like. Definitely go ahead and clean your area off when you're done, because there's no sense for excess Loctite everywhere. But yeah, that's it. You guys give a better view, but it's all done. I'm gonna go back in and clean up the excess Loctite that's on here, but for the most part, it's looking good, and I can't wait to get this thing back out. This was definitely one of the upgrades I wanted to do on this after breaking it the first time. But please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram for our latest post to the channel. This is Ready Set RC signing out. Thanks again, guys.